What is up, everybody? It is Alan here. Welcome back to another video. And well, after last week's Sony's presser event, one of the games that came out really shocking to me was Days Gone, and going into E3 I knew that Days Gone was the game that needed to prove itself, especially after last year's mediocre demo in many people's eyes. And well, they did exactly that. Sony Ben showed us why to care for this game. They proved us why we should be looking forward to this game and why it's different from any other zombie survival game. And well, the good thing is now that we're hyped for it, but the bad news is, where the heck is this game? Now, Detroit and Days Gone, those are the two games that I felt that going into this year strongest about, that we're definitely going to get a date. We definitely have to know when these games are coming out. Detroit, we already saw it at Paris Games Week of 2015, then we saw it again at E3 2016, then once again at E3 2017, and we still don't even have a date. And the worst part about it is it didn't even get a 2018 date or kind of like a little time frame, so that means it possibly could come out in second half of 2018 alongside Days Gone. Now, that's very concerning because it just proves why Sony shouldn't be showing off these games so early, and just, it's very frustrating to, see all this gameplay, know a lot about the game, and even after that Days Gone demo, we still have to wait probably a little over a year. At least that's what it's looking like, because if it was definitely early half of, 2018, I feel like we definitely would have gotten a 2018, window, unless Sony Ben just didn't want to show a date and they went against Sony. But, Sean Layden said all those games that they showed 2018, release years for, they're going to be coming in the first half, so yeah, very, very concerning. Days Gone to me is a game that I really am looking forward to. Some of the reasons why I'm really looking forward to this game is it just feels like it's going different from the open world formula. A lot of open world games, it's very vast and very open. You can kind of see, the landmarks around the area, what you can go to. But, looking at Horizon, you can see, buildings off in the distance and everything. But, Days Gone does something different, and you're kind of, in a dense forest, or at least that's what they showed off in a demo. So, driving around every single corner of the dense forest, you don't know what to expect on each turn that you take. And, even it shows in there, he got jumped by those guys. So, it's very, very cool, very, very, I'm very more hyped for this game since last E3 demo compared to the, 2016 one, of course. And just, them talking about the game just feels like it's right up my alley, and I'm very looking forward to it. But, as we said, where the heck is this game? Where's the date? And it's very concerning, because this is definitely, one of my most anticipated games. As you guys know, I put it at number 2, even a little bit ahead of Spider-Man, because I kind of like what they're doing. But, it's just very, very alarming that they don't have a date yet. And yeah, so going alongside a little bit of my impressions on this game, I guess you could say, they did a lot of things that I predicted them to do. We were talking about, in our pre-E3 coverage, that game at its core, we talked about what should they show for Days Gone, and I said there should be another gameplay demo showing more against humans than actual, herd-like situations, you could say. And well, they did exactly like that. So, a lot of these things are kind of crossing off my checklist that I have, kind of virtually in my mind, I guess you could say. And while the game is looking a lot more promising and exciting, it's just alarming. I was watching a live at E3 video last week, and they're on stage, and they're like, Jeff Keighley, I think he asked about something about, the story, what we can expect, going off of, last year's trailer that we got, and they're like, well, we're not going to talk about story just yet. And it's just just yet? I mean, this game has been announced for over a year now, and it's just if we learned anything, Sony's press conference was just very unpredictable, I guess you could say. A lot of things that we thought were for sure bets, ended up not happening, and things that we did expect did happen, like Monster Hunter and Shadow of the Colossus remake. And it just goes back to show that, really, right when you think Sony's predictable, they're not, and it's just crazy, because I definitely thought going into the press conference we would see things like Detroit and Days Gone get some, release dates. Last of Us was definitely a mixed bag, because they did want to focus on Lost Legacy, but even not seeing Sucker Punch or, From Software, it's just, man, it's just very, very sad. And at the very least, going in, I was always talking to people, talking about at the very least, if they don't show many new things, at least we're gonna have dates for the games that they saw last year. And really, we only got one, and that was for God of War, and then we got first half later on confirmed in an interview for Spider-Man and Shadow of the Colossus remake. Yeah, man, what can I say? I'm just very confused with Days Gone right now. I am very worried for Sony Ben. I'm not worried about the game. I know the game is gonna sell well, because the game looks really, really good so far, and it also appeals kind of to the casual crowd that just to fight zombies, and just kind of that type of crowd. Horizon did pretty well based on what it did, so I'm sure Days Gone would do well too. But I guess Sony's just giving them time, which is very, very good. I think they mentioned that in many interviews. They're thankful for Sony to give them time. So yeah, I guess Detroit and Days Gone are the two that I really expected to see. Days Gone, man, Days Gone. That's just gonna be a game I really can't wait to play in 2018. So, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like going off a rant on just, Days Gone, really mainly, in Detroit. It's just like, we should have seen these games have a release date, and it's just very confusing. You know, I used to hate the old Sony that would delay all their games, but it's just like, now it's just like, we're more out of the know than ever before, and like, we don't know when any of these games are coming out. Like, the old Sony would definitely want to put a date on some of these, or at least a release year or a release window, so yeah, I guess it's just about their new strategy. But yeah, Days Gone looks very promising, but where is it at? That's my biggest concern. So yeah, I don't know. There's just not much to go by on Days Gone, so I figured I'd just share my concern about this. But yeah, with 2 gameplay demos out for Days Gone and a trailer, it was definitely very shocking to see that this game might not be coming out in the early half of next year. Of course, there is that, like, you know, little leak date that came out, I believe, last week, about, you know, that whole, you know, the biggest hits or the biggest trailers of E3 that, you know, Sony uploaded on their website or on the PlayStation YouTube channel. And it had Days Gone at like a December 29th. Now a lot of people are saying that was a placeholder or something. I don't know. Maybe they're internally trying to hit for December 29th or something, or just like a, yeah, it seems more like a placeholder than anything. But, you know, really, placeholders are usually like December 31st. So, very, very interesting. I think Days Gone and Detroit are definitely ones to, you know, keep an eye on, and just very interesting to see how development goes and where we see these games. Of course, we're probably going to see them at PSX next, which is going to be very, very exciting. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, are you guys looking forward to Days Gone? Could you not care less about the game? And yeah, talking about release year or release date, what do you guys think this game will actually come out? When do you guys think it will come out? As for Detroit, honestly, that's another big bag. But I have to say, you know, with my original one, I'm just going to go with August for Days Gone. I feel like they'll want to push it out before 2018, the fall season, but also want to get it, you know, I don't know, yeah, just get it out before the fall so it doesn't get crushed, but it also sells well in like kind of like a dead season when there's not many games. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Definitely a game I'm really looking forward to, as you guys saw in my top 5 games at E3. But yeah, I guess until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.